What's going on, mamas, nap time warriors? How are you doing? Guys, if you're wondering why I always say, hey, nap time warriors, it's because I am making it like weekend warriors, people who would, I don't even know if they still use this term, but this used to be the term for people who worked during, Monday through Friday, but on the weekend they did all their like home improvement and craft stuff, and so they were called weekend warriors. I say nap time warriors because as a mama, that nap time is the only time that I have to do my DIY and my craft stuff. So, nap time warrior, there you go, in case you were wondering. Today, I am doing a project that you may or may not have seen before at other places, but I'm revisiting it because I just love the outcome of this project. And it is how to cover a switch plate, like a light switch plate with an aluminum can. Now you can use a beer can, a soda can. I think I have this, we found this rosé in a can. They can and wine now. But any can, any type of beverage can that you like, where you like the, I used to use the Arizona tea cans because they always had some kind of fun design on them. But any can that you like that you want to incorporate into your room decor, you can use that to cover the light switch plate. And now I'm going to show you how. Let's get into it. Now guys, I'm going to start by putting on these special gloves, and I'll link them in the description box, but they're basically some gloves that protect you from cutting yourself. So if you are a little bit accident prone, or like me, or you're dealing with sharp edges, these gloves actually protect you against sharps. So I have my can, I have my light switch cover, and a pair of heavy scissors, and I'm just getting that little bit out of the can that, that little bit at the bottom that's usually like 3 or 4 drops. I'm just getting that out of the way, and I'm going to take my scissors and puncture a hole near the top. I kind of want to get a cut right at that edge before the curve, so I want just the flat part of the can, so I'm going to cut just below that curve to get the top off. Of course, get a little more liquid out of it because I had a few drops come out. And then I'm going to cut it down the side in order to get to the bottom and cut the bottom curve off. So now, guys, you have your switch plate cover. I know it doesn't look like one yet, but we're getting there. So I'm drying out the last little bit of liquid. It was just a little touch of it. And I'm looking at the design to try to figure out what part do I want to show on the switch plate. So once I've figured that out, I actually lay the light switch plate face down on the inside of the cutout piece of the can, and I'm just going to make a few marks. The first of which is going to be, I don't need all of that excess soda can or beer can at the top, so I'm just going to eyeball out like an inch or 2 and draw a line there where I want to cut. Then I'm going to cut the then I'm going to mark the inside with an X. So where the switch plate would go, or where the light switch itself would go, I'm going to mark with an X. And from each corner, I'm going to mark out a little square. And these are just all of the lines that I want to cut. See, and that's what it looked like. And now I'm going to cut all of those lines. You're basically notching out the corners so that you can have only the amount of can that you need to cover the plate. And now I'm going to use my utility knife to actually cut that X in the center. Again, these gloves are a lifesaver because there's a lot of sharp corners here, a lot of cuts to make. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And now you put your switch plate back in the center. You want to make sure that that cut X is lined up with the hole in the center. And now you're going to wrap it like a present. Just fold all the sides down. I fold the top and bottom, then I folded the sides, pressed it out with the edge of the scissors. And now I'm going to, that X that I cut, I'm just going to fold all of those cut pieces to the back of the light switch cover. Just gonna use my hand to get that nice and flat. And you've just covered a light switch. Guys, can this project get any easier? So now think about it. You can use a soda can, a beer can, those really pretty Arizona tea cans. Every light switch in your house can have a different design on it, or all the same design. So many interesting beer cans out now too. And don't worry, if you don't drink, you can always just use the beer to make a cheese and beer bread, and use the plate to cover your light switches. So now I'm using the it's actually the screw that screws into the wall. And I'm just gonna punch the holes where the screws would go, just to give that a head start and make it easier when I take it to reinstall on the wall. See, just that screw. It's flat even, it's not even sharp, and you see how easy that was to do. And now I'm gonna reinstall it on the wall. This is actually a dimmer switch. So you'll see I have to, those dimmer knobs pop right off. So it's not a, super big deal. But if you have a regular light switch, of course, this works the same. See, just screw the switch plate back on. I pop the dimmer knob back on, and ta-da! Just covered a light switch plate. So, how was that? Quick and easy if you're careful. Do not cut yourself. All the edges are sharp, so be careful in that way. But what a way to add a little fun boop to your room. Yes, I said a fun boop to your room for hardly any money. I mean, if you're already going to buy a soda or a tea in a can or a beverage, you drink it, and now you have some decor to go with your room. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe below. I have tons of projects. Don't even worry. I'm not gonna run out of ideas. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.